Hello everyone. Today I will sharing about how I use the Microsoft Copilot to support my analysis and reporting on the Alexandria Hotel case study. This presentation highlights how AI tools like Copilot helped me generate ideas, structured my report, and apply a human resources theory to solve a real-world staff retention problem. And let's move to the first part. This is the outline of today's presentation. In this presentation, I will walk you through 6 key sections. First, I will give an overview of the task and the human resources problem at the Alexandria Hotel. Then I will explain the Copilot tools I used, the promotes I applied, and how I refined Copilot suggestions. I will also outline the step-by-step process I followed. Before concluding with final thoughts and reference, my focus isn't just on using Copilot, but also on how I integrate critical thinking and academic research throughout. Uh, so let's begin from the description of the tools included. I utilized the various tools from Microsoft Copilot while doing my project. Word Copilot allow me to draft a blueprint of my report and write the first few sections of each paragraph. With PowerPoint Copilot, I got names for some of my slides and also some bullet points to use, which I added later. I used the Bing chart with Copilot to get a quick summary of human resources series, which I then verify using books and articles. These tools were used for creating new ideas, reversing writing, summarizing different parts, and proofreading and clarify. Still, while the support was useful, I didn't want to depend only on AI. The outcomes depend most on strict scholarship, proper reference, and my personal reflection. Next part is about a summary of the promotes used. For each phase in creating my report, I issued target promotes to Microsoft Copilot. I used Copilot and asked it to summarize the human resources problem in the Alexandria Hotel case studies for a simple understanding of the key points. So I look at the suggestions like what are two-way staff return could be improved to find different solutions. I ask myself, what positive and negative does flexible schedule involved? In the end, working on my action plan using human resource theories, structure my recommendations. This promotes cutting down my research time and give me a good base for further academic study. The next part is about how I build on the AI output. Through Copilot brought me a start point. I was sure the most valuable result was in thinking and learning with Deeps. I made a reverse version of the document to improve how it sounds, how it is put together, and ensure it meets school standards. I added real human resource theories and guessed the psychological contract theories to support the analysis. I switched to a formal Harvard reference general language and including case relevant examples taken from the Alexandria Hotel. I expanded low staff moral as resulting from Herbeck's hygienic factors of being supervised poorly and little recognition. Because of this process, the report produced by Copilot become organized based on the theory and used example from the literature. And the last part is about the process taken. To beginning, I carefully read and analyze the Alexandria Hotel case studies to identify its key human resources challenge. And then I use Copilot to brainstorm potential solutions, generated ideas like flexible schedule and engage strategies. From here, I conduct academic research to support my critical assess these options. I chose the most suitable strategy and developed a detailed action plan, aligned it with the human resources. In conclusion, Copilot helped structure my report and slides, but I refined the content to meet academic standards. Ultimately, this process showing that while AI was useful, it was my judgment and research that brought real value and insight to this work. And here is the reference. That is the end of this presentation. Thank you for the listening.